White pomfret, also known as pomfret, is a rare and very popular fish in cuisine. To catch white pomfret effectively, fishermen often use typical methods. One of the popular ways is to use a trawl, a traditional tool that allows for covering a large area and catching more fish. The trawl is dropped from the boat and slowly pulled back, causing the fish to be caught in the net. In addition, some fishermen also use fishing rods with live bait such as shrimp or small fish to catch white pomfret, because this fish is very sensitive to the smell of fresh bait. The best time to catch white pomfret is usually early morning or late afternoon when the fish are very active. To achieve the highest efficiency, fishermen also need to master the techniques and locations where this fish often appears. When catching white pomfret, accuracy and patience are very important. Fishermen often choose areas of deep water and slow currents, because white pomfret often forages in these places. To increase the chances of success, it is helpful to observe the surrounding environment and catch signs of fish such as foaming or changes in water color. In addition to choosing the time and method of fishing, preserving the fish after catching is also an important factor. White pomfret should be cleaned and preserved immediately to keep the fish meat fresh. Putting the fish in ice water or using a refrigeration system are commonly used methods to ensure the quality of the fish. It is also important to note that catching white pomfret should be carried out in accordance with the law and regulations on the conservation of aquatic resources. Compliance with regulations not only helps protect the fish's habitat but also ensures that white pomfret resources are maintained for future generations. To ensure that white pomfret fishing is efficient and sustainable, fishermen should also pay attention to coordinating with management agencies and participating in marine environmental protection programs. It is important to update information on regulations, fishing seasons, and prohibited fishing areas to avoid violations and contribute to the protection of aquatic resources. In addition, modern technology is also increasingly being applied in the fishing industry. Devices such as sonar and GPS help fishermen accurately determine the location and track the movement of white pomfret, thereby improving fishing efficiency and minimizing waste. These technologies also help in the preservation and processing of fish after catching, from measuring freshness to packaging and transportation. An indispensable factor is the preservation and promotion of the traditions and experiences of generations of fishermen. Knowledge of the biology of white pompano, traditional techniques and valuable fishing tips passed down through generations help preserve culture and improve fishing efficiency. Finally, raising public awareness of the importance of sustainable fishing and protecting the marine environment will contribute to the long-term development of the fishing industry. The combination of tradition and modern technology, along with compliance with environmental protection regulations, will help ensure that white pompano resources are maintained and developed sustainably. In the context of increasing problems of climate change and environmental pollution, white pompano fishing needs to be combined with measures to protect and restore the marine environment. To achieve this, fishermen can apply some additional measures such as fishing tools such as small mesh nets can reduce the entanglement of juvenile fish and help protect fish stocks in the long term. Using equipment that does not harm the marine environment also helps maintain the balance of the ecosystem. In addition to catching wild white pomfret, raising white pomfret in aquaculture facilities can be an effective alternative. Aquaculture not only reduces pressure on wild fish resources but also provides a sustainable food source. Training and dissemination of sustainable fishing methods and marine environmental protection to fishermen and local communities are very important. These programs help raise awareness and encourage people to participate in environmental protection activities. Cooperate with scientists and research organizations to monitor changes in white pomfret populations and their habitats. In-depth research on the ecology of this fish helps to adjust fishing methods and protect the environment more effectively. Activities such as coral reef planting, restoration of important ecological areas, and reduction of land-based pollution will contribute to creating better habitats for white pompano and other marine species. Combining all of these measures will not only ensure the long-term sustainability of white pompano resources, but also contribute to protecting the biodiversity of marine ecosystems. When everyone works together, from fishermen to scientists to the community, we can protect and sustainably develop this precious resource for future generations. Fishermen's organizations, fishing associations, and management agencies need to establish a close cooperation network to share information and experiences. Organizing meetings, workshops, and training programs helps to update new fishing methods and environmental protection regulations. Governments and relevant agencies need to establish and implement synchronous policies on fisheries resource management and environmental protection. This includes establishing marine protected areas, regulating fishing seasons, and restricting fish size. Environmental protection projects and programs should encourage the participation of local communities, including fishermen and coastal residents. Community participation not only helps to raise awareness but also creates strong support for conservation initiatives. Applying information technology to collect and analyze data on fishing activities, changes in fish populations, and environmental factors helps to manage resources effectively. Online monitoring and reporting systems can help detect and prevent illegal activities. Research institutions and academic institutions should be encouraged to conduct studies on the ecology of white pompano and new technologies in the fishing industry. Continuous research will help develop more effective fishing and conservation methods. To reduce pressure on marine resources, alternative economic solutions for fishermen, such as ecotourism or sustainable marine-related businesses, should be developed. These activities not only provide new sources of income but also help protect the marine environment. Fishery resources, including white pompano, are not limited by national borders. Therefore, international cooperation in the management and protection of fishery resources is necessary. Countries need to work together to share information, conduct joint research and harmonize environmental protection regulations. By implementing the above measures and maintaining continuous cooperation among stakeholders, we can achieve a balance between resource exploitation and environmental protection, thereby ensuring that white pompano and other marine species will be preserved for future generations. Provide courses and training programs for fishermen in sustainable fishing techniques, resource management, and environmental protection. This knowledge will help them better understand the impacts of their activities and ways to minimize negative impacts. Invest in research and development of new technologies that can help reduce environmental damage and improve fishing efficiency. For example, developing nets and fishing gear that are less harmful to fish and other marine life can reduce the decline of fish populations. Create marine protected areas to restore degraded ecosystems and provide safe habitat for white pompano and other marine species. These areas may include no-take zones or highly managed waters. Fund research to better understand the factors that influence white pompano abundance and distribution. These studies could include analysis of reproductive cycles, feeding requirements, and interactions with other species. Developing certification and labeling for sustainably caught white pompano products. This would help consumers identify and choose products that are clearly sourced from sustainably harvested and managed resources. Developing systems to track and trace white pompano products from the catch stage to the consumer. This transparency would help deter illegal fishing and promote legal and sustainable fishing methods. NGOs and international agencies can play an important role in supporting and promoting environmental protection and sustainable development initiatives. Working with these organizations can provide the necessary resources, knowledge, and support. Because the white pompano can move across many different ocean regions, international cooperation to manage and protect this species is essential. Countries need to work together to develop and enforce global regulations to ensure the protection and sustainable development of marine resources. By adopting these measures, we will not only protect the white pompano, but also maintain the health of marine ecosystems and contribute to the sustainable development of the fishing industry. The combination of science, technology, management, and community engagement is key to achieving this goal. Create integrated management models that combine ecological, economic, and social factors to manage the white pompano resource in a comprehensive manner. This should include measures such as seasonal adjustments, size limits, and catch regulations. Organize communication campaigns to raise public awareness of the importance of protecting white pompano and marine ecosystems. These activities could include workshops, school education programs, and community activities. Invest in applied research to develop concrete solutions to the problems facing the white pompano fishery. This includes improving fishing methods, developing more effective monitoring and surveillance systems, and assessing environmental impacts. Develop biodiversity conservation programs to protect not only white pompano but also other marine species that are important to the ecosystem. These programs may include coral reef restoration, fish spawning area protection, and management of important breeding areas. Encourage fisheries businesses to participate in environmental protection and sustainability initiatives. Businesses can provide financial support for conservation projects, adopt sustainable fishing methods, and provide certification for environmentally friendly products. Conduct periodic reviews of the effectiveness of existing policies and regulations. Based on the results of the reviews, adjust and improve policies to reflect changing environmental conditions and the needs of the fishing industry. Create training programs and opportunities for youth to participate in activities related to marine environmental protection and fisheries resource management. Involving the younger generation not only raises awareness but also prepares future leaders in the field of environmental protection. Encourage collaboration among relevant sectors such as ecotourism, sustainable agriculture, and scientific research to create integrated solutions for the protection and management of white pompano resources. Introduce regulations and measures to reduce marine pollution from various sources such as plastic waste, chemicals, and wastewater. Reducing pollution helps improve the quality of the habitat of white pompano and other marine life. Establish funds to support conservation and research activities on white pompano. These funds can be funded from various sources including government, non-governmental organizations, and the private sector. Implementing these strategies and activities will not only help maintain sustainability in the white pompano fishery, but also contribute to protecting the marine ecosystem and promoting sustainable economic development. Collaboration and joint efforts from local to national and international levels are key to ensuring that this valuable resource is effectively managed and protected. Develop online platforms or public databases of information related to white pompano fishing, including data on fish catches, fishing areas, and environmental impacts. This transparency increases accountability and encourages compliance with regulations. Encourage research and development of fishing methods that have less environmental impact and protect byproducts and marine life. Adopting methods such as reusable nets or ecological fishing gear can help minimize negative impacts. Provide alternative livelihood models for fishermen such as sustainable aquaculture, ecotourism, or green business activities. These models can help reduce pressure on white pompano stocks and provide a stable source of income for communities. Develop environmental education programs in schools to educate children and youth about the importance of ocean protection and marine resource management. This education not only helps create early environmental awareness but also encourages the participation of the younger generation in conservation activities. Facilitate local initiatives in the management and protection of white pompano resources. Local communities often have extensive knowledge of traditional methods and can play an important role in environmental protection. Invest in programs to restore degraded marine ecosystems, such as coral reef planting or lagoon restoration. These activities improve habitat quality and support the recovery of white pompano populations. Develop financial mechanisms such as marine conservation funds, research support programs, and grants for environmental protection projects. These financial mechanisms help provide the necessary resources for conservation and research activities. Encourage collaboration between government, the private sector, and non-governmental organizations to implement conservation and resource management projects. Public-private partnerships can bring together diverse resources and knowledge to facilitate the implementation of sustainable initiatives. Develop policies and actions to mitigate the impacts of climate change on marine ecosystems and fisheries resources. These measures may include reducing greenhouse gas emissions, protecting areas sensitive to climate change, and supporting research on the impacts of climate change. Organize international conferences, workshops, and events to share experiences and lessons from other countries in managing and protecting fisheries resources. This sharing enables the adoption of best practices and innovative solutions from a variety of cultures and conditions. Implementing these strategies requires close coordination between government agencies, non-governmental organizations, local communities, and the private sector. Collaboration and commitment from all stakeholders will create a solid foundation for the management and protection of white pompano and other aquatic resources. Ensuring that they are maintained and developed sustainably for future generations. Develop and implement sustainability certification programs, such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, or Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC, to verify that white pompano is harvested or farmed according to high environmental standards. These certifications make it easier for consumers to identify and choose sustainable products. Support fishermen and businesses in the seafood industry to adopt renewable energy, such as solar or wind, to reduce their dependence on fossil fuels and reduce carbon emissions. This not only helps protect the environment but also reduces long-term operating costs. Improve working conditions for fishermen, including factors such as occupational safety, health conditions and benefits. When fishermen have a better working environment, they are more likely to actively participate in conservation activities and implement sustainable fishing methods. Invest in coastal community development projects such as infrastructure, education, and health. Community development will help create alternative livelihood opportunities for fishermen. Reduce pressure on fisheries resources, and promote sustainable development. Provide opportunities for individuals and community groups to participate in competitions and events to raise awareness about marine environmental protection. These events may include marine conservation initiatives competitions, environmental art shows, and beach cleanups. Use new technologies such as sensors, drones, and mobile applications to monitor and manage fishing activities and marine environmental conditions. These digital tools help collect accurate and timely data, support decision-making, and adjust resource protection policies. Invest in research and development of sustainable aquaculture methods, such as the cultivation of white pompano in closed systems or multi-layered aquaculture. These methods can reduce environmental impacts and improve production efficiency. Participate in international organizations and associations specializing in fisheries management, such as the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations,